Hello, good evening and welcome to the Competitive Edges Daily Current Affairs series. Today is 27th July 2026 evening. We are here to help aspirants of Civil Services, APPSC Group 1 and 2, UPSC, SSC, RRB, Bank PO exams, Police SI and Constables, Junior and Degree College lecturers. Let's dive straight into the news. Moving on to news related to national. Demand for probe into Karnataka Public Service Commission irregularities. Opposition leaders have demanded a Central Bureau of Investigation or judicial probe into alleged irregularities within the KPSC. Key facts. The controversy surrounds alleged malpractices and irregularities in examinations conducted by the Karnataka Public Service Commission. Demands have been raised for a high-level probe either by the Central Bureau of Investigation or a judicial committee. Mekedatu Dam Project Dispute. Pattali Makkal Kachi leader Dr. Ambumne Ramadas advised Tamil Nadu political leadership against holding bilateral talks with Karnataka regarding the Mekedatu Dam. Background. The Mekedatu Balancing Reservoir and Drinking Water Project is proposed across the Kaveri River, leading to a long-standing interstate water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Key facts. The Mekedatu project is proposed across the Kaveri River. Tamil Nadu opposes the dam, contending that it would affect water flows into the state. The Pattali Makkal Kachi leader suggested convening an all-party meeting to form a unanimous consensus. Static GK. The Kaveri River originates in Talkaveri in the Brahmagiri range of the Western Ghats in Karnataka. NEET, UG score discrepancy allegation. A national eligibility entrance test aspirant from Haveri district in Karnataka approached the National Testing Agency alleging a major OMR sheet mix-up. Key facts. The student alleged a drop in expected score from 663, as per official answer key, to -11 in the final results. The grievance was formally registered with the National Testing Agency. The incident highlights ongoing administrative concerns regarding large-scale national entrance examinations. Revival of campaign for Article 371(j) implementation. The Hyderabad Karnataka Horta Samiti has revived its campaign demanding the effective implementation of constitutional provisions for the Kalyan Karnataka region. Background. Article 371(j) was inserted into the Constitution via the 98th Constitutional Amendment Act, 2012, to provide special provisions for the erstwhile Hyderabad Karnataka region. Key facts. The region covers districts such as Kalburagi, Yadgir, Raichur, Ballari, Koppal, and Bidar. The demands include reservation in local education, government employment, and balanced regional development funds. Constitutional references. Article 371(j) of the Constitution of India. Harita Karma Sena Waste Upcycling Initiative. Members of the Harita Karma Sena in Varkala, Kerala, have successfully transformed discarded materials into utility items. Key facts. Green workers upcycled fabric scraps into footmats and set up a swap shop for pre-loved clothes. Initiatives include the repair and reuse of discarded LED bulbs to promote the circular economy. The project operates in Varkala municipality in Kerala. Madras High Court verdict on Karur Stampede compensation jobs. The Madras High Court struck down a government order that granted state government employment to the kin of Karur Stampede victims. Key facts. The Madura bench ruled against the arbitrary provision of compassionate or special government jobs without established legal frameworks. Previous interim observations had noted that such appointments would remain subject to judicial review. All India Motor Transport Congress E20 fuel protest. Delhi Transport Unions and the All India Motor Transport Congress announced an E20 protest march to Parliament. Background: E20 fuel denotes petrol blended with 20% ethanol, promoted by the government to reduce crude oil imports and carbon emissions. Key facts: the protest march is scheduled for 4th August in New Delhi. Transporters are protesting against making E20 fuel the mandatory or sole choice for consumers without adequate infrastructure for older vehicles. Harish Sabharwal serves as the National President of the All India Motor Transport Congress. Upgradation of Mental Health Centre in Thiruvananthapuram. The Kerala government promised to address infrastructural deficiencies at the Mental Health Centre in Thiruvananthapuram. Key facts: Health Minister announced the strict enforcement of the Mental Health Care Act of 2017. The objective is to make state-run psychiatric institutions patient-friendly and compliant with national standards. Madhya Pradesh Uniform Civil Code Proposal. The Madhya Pradesh government introduced comprehensive proposals under a uniform civil code framework targeting marriage, divorce, inheritance, and live-in relationships. Key facts: proposals include the prohibition of polygamy and nikah halala within the state's proposed legal framework. Mandatory registration has been introduced for live-in relationships. Aims to standardize personal laws across communities within the state jurisdiction. Constitutional references: Article 44 of the Constitution of India, Directive Principles of State Policy relating to Uniform Civil Code. Parliament Monsoon Session Disruptions. Both houses of Parliament faced continuous adjournments during the monsoon session over opposition protests. Key facts: the Lok Sabha adjourned without discussing the anti-paper leak legislation. The opposition demanded statements from Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah regarding police action against protesters in Delhi. Deep depression over Bay of Bengal. The IMD issued warnings for very heavy rainfall over South Bengal districts due to a deep depression over the Bay of Bengal. Key facts: affected districts include Paschim Medinipur, Jhargram, South 24 Pargana, and Purba Medinipur. Heavy rainfall alerts were issued till 28 July. The system originated as a deep depression over the Bay of Bengal. Static GK. The IMD is the National Meteorological Service of India, headquartered in New Delhi under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Tanjavur District Water Budget and Management Exercise. The Tanjavur Collector launched a water budget and management exercise in anticipation of scarcity conditions and reduced water flow in rivers. Key facts: initiated due to reduced water flow in the Kaveri and the Kolidam rivers. Involves the water resources, agriculture, and agriculture engineering departments. Aimed at proactive water management and combating looming dry spells. Static GK. Kaveri River originates at Tal Kaveri in the western Ghats of Karnataka and flows through Karnataka and Tamil Nadu before emptying into the Bay of Bengal. Anti-paper leak bill in Lok Sabha. The government introduced a bill in the Lok Sabha proposing stricter measures, enhanced punishments, and fast-track courts to check paper leaks. Key facts: proposes setting up fast-track courts in every state for speedy trials. Introduced in the Lok Sabha to curb recruitment examination malpractices. Enhances punishment for offences related to paper leaks. Constitutional references: education and prevention of examination malpractices fall under concurrent jurisdiction or legislative competence of Parliament. Supreme Court plea on animal birth control centers. The Supreme Court rejected a plea seeking directions to prevent cruelty to dogs in animal birth control centers. Key facts: the plea was directed against the Animal Welfare Board of India. Sought immediate action against the rapid increase in cruelty in shelters across the country. Dismissed by the Apex Court. Static GK. The Animal Welfare Board of India is a statutory advisory body established in 1962 under Section 4 of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, 1960. Constitutional references: Article 51A, G, of the Constitution of India mandates the protection of wildlife and compassion for all living creatures. Sit for Ram Temple Donations Probe. The Uttar Pradesh government informed the Supreme Court that a special investigation team has been set up to probe alleged embezzlement of donations meant for the Ram Temple. Key facts: the Supreme Court directed the inclusion of a forensic auditor as the fifth member of the SIT. The SIT is mandated to submit its first status report within 2 weeks. The probe addresses allegations of financial misappropriation of donations. Static GK. Ayodhya is situated on the banks of the Saryu River in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Vulnerabilities beyond NET paper leaks. An analysis highlights that institutional blind spots, insider networks, and commercial interests pose deeper risks to competitive exams beyond printed paper leaks. Key facts: focuses on systematic vulnerabilities in national testing mechanisms. Highlights insider networks and commercial lobbying as core challenges. Emphasizes that security measures for printed question papers alone are insufficient. Kerala Digital Square Program. The Kerala government launched the Digital Square program to boost digital learning and enhance technical skills among primary school students. Key facts: implemented by the Kerala Infrastructure and Technology for Education. Targeted at students studying in classes I to 7. Aimed at improving digital skills, self-learning, and creativity. Static GK. Thiruvananthapuram is the capital of Kerala, and the state consistently ranks highest in national literacy rates. India lacks estimate of E20 compatible vehicles. The government stated that India has not estimated the exact number of E20 compatible vehicles currently on roads. Key facts: the ethanol blended petrol program has been implemented in a phased manner. The process is scientifically validated and involves Niti Aayog. E20 refers to petrol blended with 20% ethanol. Static GK. Niti Aayog acts as the apex public policy think tank of the Government of India, chaired by the Prime Minister of India. India mandates crypto reporting under OECD framework. The Ministry of Finance mandated cryptocurrency platforms to report transactions under the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development framework. Key facts: implemented to track offshore financial transactions of assessees. Utilizes the automatic exchange of information mechanism established with several international jurisdictions. Applies to digital asset platforms operating within the regulatory scope. Static GK. The OECD is an international economic organization founded in 1961, headquartered in Paris, France. Supreme Court notice on Union Minister of State Suresh Gopi's plea. The Supreme Court issued a notice on a plea filed by Union Minister of State Shri Suresh Gopi challenging a Kerala High Court order concerning election disputes. Key facts: petitioner Binoy alleged corrupt practices during the poll campaign. Allegations include the misuse of religious symbols under the Representation of the People Act. The case originated from the Kerala High Court. Constitutional references: Representation of the People Act, 1951. Supreme Court dismisses plea on animal birth control centers. The Supreme Court declined to entertain a petition seeking stricter actions against alleged cruelty in animal birth control centers and shelters. Background: animal birth control operations are regulated to manage stray animal populations humanely while preventing cruelty. Key facts: the plea sought stricter enforcement by the Animal Welfare Board of India. The apex court refused to interfere with the existing petition. Focus remains on adherence to established animal welfare guidelines. Static GK, Animal Welfare Board of India, is a statutory advisory body established under Section 4 of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, 1960. Assam flood situation. The flood situation in Assam improved marginally, though the death toll rose to 68 with lakhs affected across multiple districts. Background: Assam faces severe annual flooding during the monsoon season due to the overflowing of the Brahmaputra River and its tributaries. Key facts: more than 5,24,700 people impacted across Charaideo, Golaghat, Jorhat, Nagaon, and Shivsagar districts. Charaideo is the worst hit district with nearly 1.9 lakh people affected. Shivsagar and Jorhat recorded over 1.5 lakh and 1.4 lakh affected individuals respectively. Assam State Disaster Management Authority is overseeing relief operations. Supreme Court plea on animal welfare organizations dismissed. The Supreme Court dismissed a plea seeking directions to prevent cruelty to dogs and mandate valid project recognition certificates for municipal bodies. Key facts: the plea sought directives to the centre, states, and union territories. Mandated that local authorities must engage animal welfare organizations holding valid project recognition certificates from the Animal Welfare Board of India. The apex court rejected the petition. Static GK, Animal Welfare Board of India functions under the aegis of the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Climate shift threatens Nilgiri's tea plantations. Changing climate patterns are adversely affecting the tea plantations and bush health in the Nilgiris district of Tamil Nadu. Background: tea cultivation requires specific climatic conditions, including consistent rainfall and temperature ranges, making it vulnerable to climate variations. Key facts: continuous harvesting of young shoots makes tea highly sensitive to minor climate shifts. Impacted parameters include shoot growth, internodal length, harvesting time, and total yield. Long-term bush health and quality of tea leaves are under severe threat. Static GK, the Nilgiri Hills are part of the Western Ghats, a biodiversity hotspot spread across Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Karnataka. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari moves Bombay High Court over social media posts. Union Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari filed a lawsuit in the Bombay High Court regarding social media posts concerning the ethanol blending policy. Key facts: lawsuit targets misleading social media content amid growing scrutiny of the E20 fuel policy. Emphasizes that the ethanol blending policy is administratively handled by the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Filed before the Bombay High Court. Static GK, E20 fuel denotes petrol blended with 20% ethanol. Supreme Court notice on 10th schedule merger provisions. The Supreme Court of India issued a notice to the Union Government on a plea filed by senior advocate Shri Kapil Sibal seeking reconsideration of merger provisions under the anti-defection law. Background: the 10th schedule was added to the Constitution of India by the 52nd Amendment Act in 1985 to curb the menace of political defection. Key facts: The plea challenges paragraph 4 of the 10th schedule, which allows a split or merger of political parties without attracting disqualification. The petition was filed by Senior Advocate Shri Kapil Sibal in the SC. Notice has been issued specifically to the Union Government seeking its response. Constitutional references: 10th Schedule of the Constitution of India, 52nd Amendment Act of 1985, Articles 102(2) and 191(2). Karnataka MPs to seek central support for drought management. Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister Dr. G. Parmeshwar announced that the state government will urge its members of parliament to press the union government for financial assistance regarding drought management. Key facts: Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister Dr. G. Parmeshwar led the announcement. Proposals for multiple projects have already been formally submitted to the union government. State legislators will coordinate with respective union ministers to expedite relief. CRPF announces post-event assessment on pellet gun usage. The Central Reserve Police Force announced a post-event assessment following allegations of grievous injuries caused by pellet guns used by the Rapid Action Force and Delhi Police during crowd control in the national capital. Background: pellet guns are non-lethal weapons often controversial for causing severe ocular and soft tissue injuries during intense protests. Key facts: the Central Reserve Police Force, Rapid Action Force, and Delhi Police were deployed for law and order maintenance in New Delhi. Protesters accused security forces of causing grievous injuries via pellet gun deployments. A formal post-event assessment has been initiated to review crowd control protocols. Static GK, Headquarters of Central Reserve Police Force, New Delhi. PMK announces shadow budget and social justice survey for Tamil Nadu. The Pattali Makkal Kachi announced a comprehensive shadow budget and confirmed that a social justice survey will commence in Tamil Nadu following the caste-based census house listing exercise. Key facts: Party, Pattali Makkal Kachi. Social justice survey scheduled to begin on 17th September. Survey follows the completion of the house listing exercise for the caste-based population census. Telangana inaugurates centralized community kitchen in Madhira. Minister Shri Bhatti Vikramarka inaugurated a centralized community kitchen in the Madhira Assembly constituency to supply nutritious breakfast to government school students. Key facts: inaugurated by Shri Bhatti Vikramarka. Location: Madhira Assembly Constituency, Telangana. Objective: providing nutritious breakfast to students studying in government-run schools. Static GK, Hyderabad is the capital of Telangana. Pattali Makkal Kachi presents General Shadow Budget for Tamil Nadu 2026-27. The Pattali Makkal Kachi presented its General Shadow Budget for Tamil Nadu for the financial year 2026-27, proposing 1 lakh government jobs, LPG subsidies, and complete prohibition. Key facts: proposed 1 lakh government jobs in the first phase. Recommended a 300 rupees subsidy on domestic liquefied petroleum gas cylinders. Advocated for complete alcohol prohibition across the state of Tamil Nadu. CJP demands fulfillment of assurances following post-agitation detentions. The CJP pressed the union government to honor its promises, raising concerns over the detention of supporters following the conclusion of the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test Paper Leak agitation. Key facts: agitation context: protests against the National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test Paper Leak. Controversy: detention of supporters 2 days after calling off the protests. Demand: immediate implementation of assurances given by government authorities. National Green Tribunal halts Assam brick kilns and stone crushers. The National Green Tribunal barred two industrial units in Assam's Nalbari district from operating due to environmental violations and lack of mandatory clearances. Background: the National Green Tribunal was established in 2010 under the National Green Tribunal Act for effective and expeditious disposal of cases relating to environmental protection. Key facts: action taken by National Green Tribunal. Affected units: brick kiln and stone crusher units. Location: Nalbari district, Assam. Reason: lack of mandatory environmental clearances and violation of pollution norms. Constitutional references: Article 21, Right to a clean environment, and Article 48A, Protection of Environment and Forests, of the Constitution of India. Deep depression and heavy rainfall in South Bengal. The IMD issued a heavy rainfall forecast and warned fishermen against venturing into the sea. Key facts issued by the India Meteorological Department. Fishermen warned against venturing into the sea. Warning valid until 29th July. Static GK. The India Meteorological Department is the principal agency responsible for meteorological observations, weather forecasting, and seismology under the Ministry of Earth Sciences, headquartered in New Delhi. Debate on anti-leak bill and examination reforms. Parliamentarian Karti Chidambaram questioned the effectiveness of penalty bills alone in solving exam paper leaks. Key facts raised concerns regarding the efficacy of standalone penalty bills. Questioned the status of previously constituted committees on examination issues. Highlighted the repetition of committees without guaranteed resolution. Political row over alleged police action on Bihar student protesters. Opposition leaders alleged the use of assault rifles against student protesters in Bihar and targeted the central government. Key facts: protests centered around the national eligibility entrance test examination issues. Allegations raised regarding the use of AK-47 rifles against demonstrators. Demands made for an official apology and strict action against responsible personnel. Police action during student protests in Siwan, Bihar. Police personnel faced severe backlash after student protests turned violent in Siwan, leading to suspensions. Key facts: incident occurred on a Sunday during student protests. Location of clash: Siwan district, Bihar. Action taken: cops suspended following the violent escalation and firing incident. Rajya Sabha adjourned over NEET protest uproar. Opposition parties forced adjournments in the upper house demanding discussions on police action against student protesters. Key facts: House adjourned till 2 p.m. Parties involved in raising the demand: Congress and Trinamool Congress. Core issue: police action against NEET paper leak protesters. Constitutional references: Article 89 of the Constitution of India relates to the Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Council of States. Supreme Court observation on right to peaceful protest. The Supreme Court asserted that the right to peaceful protest is constitutionally guaranteed and cannot be overridden by police excesses. Key facts: pronouncement emphasized that public agitation does not justify police excesses. Reiterated the fundamental nature of peaceful assembly. Presided over by the Chief Justice of India. Constitutional references: Article 19, 1b of the Constitution of India guarantees the right to assemble peaceably and without arms. Fertilizer supply and black marketing crackdown in Telangana. Union Minister J.P. Nadda informed Parliament about adequate fertilizer supply and strict punitive actions against black marketing in Telangana. Key facts: 9 licenses suspended or cancelled. 28 show-cause notices issued. 3 first information reports registered for black marketing. Static GK: the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers oversees the production, import, and distribution of fertilizers in India. High-powered task force for National Testing Agency reforms. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi announced a high-powered task force to reform examinations conducted by the National Testing Agency. Key facts: task force headed by Infosys co-founder Shri Nandan Nilekani, aimed at overhauling examinations conducted by the National Testing Agency. Criticized by opposition parties as an eyewash to divert attention. Mandatory ration card EKYC deadline in Telangana. The government set a strict deadline of 31st July for completing mandatory ration card electronic Know Your Customer verification without extensions. Key facts: deadline 31st July. Total ration cards in Telangana 1,542,188. Total beneficiaries covered 3,39,96,239. Greater Hyderabad limits account for approximately 15.9 lakh ration cards. Sensex and Nifty rebound. Benchmark, stock market, indices rallied in early trade driven by falling crude oil prices and easing West Asia tensions. Key facts: indices involved, Sensex and Nifty. Primary trigger: decline in global crude oil prices. Market sentiment improved due to reduced geopolitical tensions. Indian rupee rises against US dollar. The Indian rupee appreciated by 28 paise to 96.25 against the United States dollar. Key facts: currency movement: rupee rose by 28 paise. Exchange rate recorded 96.25 against the United States dollar. Supporting factors: lower crude oil prices, easing United States-Iran tensions, and a weaker dollar. Parliamentary adjournments and Public Examinations Bill. Both houses of Parliament were adjourned as opposition members demanded a statement, while Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh prepared to introduce an amendment bill. Background: the Public Examinations Act aims to curb unfair means in recruitment examinations. Key facts: key individual, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh. Legislative agenda: Bill to amend the Public Examinations, Prevention of Unfair Means Act, 2024. Moving on to news related to international. India summons Ukraine envoy over merchant vessel attack. The MEA summoned the Ukraine envoy to lodge a strong protest over the killing of an Indian national in an attack on a merchant vessel. Key facts: India conveyed serious concern regarding the incident to the envoy. The attack targeted commercial shipping. The protest was formally lodged by the Ministry of External Affairs. India summons Ukraine envoy over seafarer's death. New Delhi lodged a strong protest by summoning the Ukraine envoy following the death of an Indian crew member in the Black Sea. Key facts: an Indian seafarer lost his life in an attack on a commercial vessel. The incident occurred in the Black Sea region. India registered a strong diplomatic protest with Ukraine. Iran clarifies bilateral nature of Strait of Hormuz talks. Tehran stated that discussions with Oman regarding the strategic Strait of Hormuz are strictly bilateral, denying any United States involvement while insisting the waterway remains closed. Background: the Strait of Hormuz is a critical maritime choke point situated between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, vital for global petroleum transit. Key facts: Iran asserted that negotiations concerning the Strait of Hormuz involve only Tehran and Oman. Tehran explicitly denied involvement of the US in these talks. The strategic waterway continues to remain closed according to Iranian authorities. Iran warns Ukraine over Caspian Sea vessel attack. Tehran issued a stern warning to Ukraine regarding unforeseen consequences following an alleged Kyiv strike on an Iranian vessel in the Caspian Sea. Background: the Caspian Sea is the world's largest inland body of water, bordered by 5 countries including Iran. Key facts: Iran condemned the alleged Ukrainian strike on its vessel in the Caspian Sea. Tehran termed the attack illegal and a direct violation of the United Nations Charter. Iran warned Ukraine of unforeseen consequences due to the maritime incident. Static GK: the 5 countries bordering the Caspian Sea are Russia, Iran, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, and Turkmenistan. Oil prices sink on United States-Iran pause. Global oil prices dropped after the United States held fire following 13 days of attacks, renewing hopes for Strait of Hormuz stability. Key facts: duration of prior attacks, 13 days. Location of strategic concern, Strait of Hormuz. Immediate impact: sinking of global oil prices due to ceasefire hopes. United States missile stockpiles amid Iran conflict. The White House declined to release updated figures on missile usage, citing national security. Key facts: missile systems mentioned: Patriot and Terminal High Altitude Area Defense, THAAD missiles. Reason for withholding data: national security risk. Satellite data reveal ground shift in Venezuela earthquake. Researchers used space-based radar imagery to measure a 60-centimeter ground shift following an earthquake in Venezuela. Key facts: observed ground displacement 60 centimeters. Satellite utilized NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar (NISAR) satellite. Observation dates: 13th June 2018, 25, and 30. Typhoon Noel strikes China. Typhoon Noel made landfall in South China's Guangdong province, resulting in fatalities and massive evacuations. Key facts: name of storm: Typhoon Noel. Severity: strongest typhoon to hit China in the current year. Affected region: Guangdong province, South China. Casualties: 10 people killed. Evacuation figures: 715,351 people evacuated. Moving on to news related to state, Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh petition on Brijesh Kumar Tribunal transferred. A petition filed by Andhra Pradesh regarding the Brijesh Kumar Tribunal's verdict was transferred to a special bench by the Supreme Court. Background: the Brijesh Kumar Tribunal was constituted to adjudicate the sharing of Krishna River waters among riparian states. Key facts: the bench was headed by Justice Surya Kant. The petition was referred to a special bench for detailed and elaborate hearings. The matter was adjourned to the first week of September. Andhra Pradesh Renewable Energy Capacity Addition in financial year 2026. Andhra Pradesh added 3,865 megawatt of renewable energy capacity in financial year 2026, marking a fourfold jump from the previous year. Background: the surge represents a major policy turnaround in the state's clean energy sector, reviving green investments. Key facts: renewable energy capacity added 3,865 megawatt. Represents a fourfold increase compared to the previous year. positions Andhra Pradesh as one of India's fastest-growing renewable energy hubs. Fine quality rice distribution in Andhra Pradesh. The Andhra Pradesh government announced the sale of fine quality rice at subsidized rates through the Civil Supplies Department starting 1st August. Key facts: BPT superfine rice to be sold at 52 rupees per kilogram. Raw rice to be sold at 50 rupees per kilogram. Distributed through the Civil Supplies Department. Inauguration of Bhogapuram Airport near Visakhapatnam. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is scheduled to inaugurate the Greenfield Airport at Bhogapuram on 1st August. Key facts: date of inauguration, 1st August. Dignitaries receiving the Prime Minister include Governor Shri S. Abdul Nazir and Chief Minister Shri N. Chandrababu Naidu. Location: Bhogapuram, near Visakhapatnam. Andhra Pradesh to celebrate Telugu Mahotsavam annually. The government of Andhra Pradesh announced annual statewide celebrations of Telugu Mahotsavam and key cultural dates. Key facts: birth centenary celebrations of Shri Mandali Venkat Krishna Rao scheduled in Vijayawada on 4th August. Telugu Language Day and Telugu Awards presentation organized on 29th August. 29th August coincides with the birth anniversary of Shri Gidugu Rammurthy Pantulu. Prime Minister lauds Andhra Pradesh water conservation in Mann Ki Baat. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi praised Andhra Pradesh's water conservation efforts during his Mann Ki Baat broadcast. Key facts: featured district, Vijayanagaram district. Featured initiative, Jaldhara Jalharthi campaign. Performance highlight, successful execution by both rural and urban local bodies. This is all for now. Let us meet again in the next session of Current Affairs. Until then, test your knowledge by attempting quizzes. If our resources are useful to you and think may benefit your friends, well-wishers and neighborhood, share the links to them. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss latest updates. Also coming soon on our channel, General Studies series, Arithmetic and Mental Ability series, and Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning. Stay tuned.